In the deepest reaches of space, distance and silence are the only constants. For a ship here, the vacuum is empty, predictable, and still. That stillness vanishes when a black hole enters. Its concentrated mass physically bends light from distant stars, twisting the background into a sharp, glowing halo. The ship is instantly seized by a gravitational pull that its engines were never designed to resist. At this moment, the vessel ceases to be a powered craft and becomes an object entirely dictated by the local curvature of space. To see how far the ship has drifted from safety, we have to look at how space behaves under normal conditions. In the vast majority of the universe, planets follow stable, elliptical orbits, and clocks tick at a consistent rate relative to one another. This black hole creates a localized zone where those standard behaviors no longer apply. It is a region defined by gravity so intense that it overrides the basic mechanics of the galaxy. Mapping the ship's path requires looking at exactly how this environment alters the behavior of light, the structure of matter, and the flow of time. From a distance, the most obvious sign of the black hole's presence is the way the surrounding stars appear to liquefy and stretch. This effect is known as gravitational lensing. This diagram shows the mechanism. Because the black hole creates a massive depression in the grid of spacetime, a beam of light cannot travel in a straight line. It is forced to curve sharply as it follows the distorted shape of space itself. When this bent light reaches an observer, it appears to be coming from a different location. This creates a ring of light, a visual echo of stars that are actually positioned directly behind the black hole. At this proximity, the black hole dictates the geometry of the image, making it impossible to see the universe as it truly is. As the ship is pulled closer, it enters the accretion disk, a high-velocity vortex of gas and debris. Matter here is moving at a significant fraction of the speed of light. The resulting friction generates temperatures in the millions of degrees, ionizing the gas and turning it into a brilliant, swirling storm of radiation. Within this storm, the ship encounters a structural force called spaghettification. The physics are a matter of distance. Gravity follows the inverse square law, meaning it pulls much harder on the front of the ship than on the back. This differential creates a tidal force that pulls the object apart from the inside. As the ship moves inward, this force becomes so lopsided that the whole loses its structural integrity, stretching into a thin, continuous stream of metallic particles. In this environment, the molecular bonds that hold solid objects together are simply not strong enough to resist the gravitational gradient. While the ship is physically dismantled, its remnants enter a zone where the distortion moves from the material to the temporal. This is the realm of time dilation. To an outside observer, the ship's descent appears to slow down, while for the ship itself, the rest of the universe seems to move into a fast forward. General relativity shows that gravity and time are linked. This diagram compares a clock in empty space to one near the black hole. The more the local space is warped by gravity, the more slowly time must pass to maintain the consistency of the physical laws. At the very edge of the abyss, the difference is total. The clock on the left records years, while the clock on the right has barely ticked forward by a single second. The ship's experience of time is no longer synchronized with the galaxy it left behind. The final stage of the descent passes through the chaotic light of the accretion disk and into a perfect silent sphere of black. This is the event horizon. This boundary marks the point where the velocity needed to escape the gravity well reaches the speed of light. Because light is the speed limit of the universe, once an object crosses this line, every possible path through spacetime curves toward the center. There is no longer a physical direction that leads back out. Beyond this threshold, the ship is officially removed from the observable universe. The descent concludes in a region where the ship is entirely cut off from both stars it once navigated by. Because the escape velocity exceeds the speed of light, no signal, radio wave, or particle of information can ever cross back over the horizon to the outside world. The result is a state of absolute isolation. Not even light can escape.